Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave. Sanat-Sujatiya, this text is borrowed from Mahabharata, and one of the most important topic is dealt with in this, and that is the topic of death. Whenever somebody starts thinking and talking about death, the clear understanding is that fellow has become old. Those who are thinking of living, they are young. Those who think about death, because many people ask us this question, somebody, what happens after death? What reply can I give? I have no experience, how can I tell you? So, we will think on this important topic. The first thing, if we have studied Vedanta Shastra, and if even a passing thought about our death pops up in our mind, whatever so-called spiritual life, religious life we have been living is a big cheating to ourselves. Death is an impossibility. Even if you want, you cannot die. This is the foundation of this text. Therefore, in the first chapter, what we already studied, you might have studied, we have studied. Okay, I have studied. So, what is the theme of that? The theme, in short, is Vidurji was old, Dhritarashtra was old. When Mahabharata war took place, that time all were old. Bhagavan Krishna was 89 years old. Arjuna was 86 years old. Naturally, what could be the age of Dhritarashtra? When Arjuna was 86 years old, Dhritarashtra cannot be young. And all the problems in the world are created by the old people. Youngsters are busy in planning their life, in living their life. So, that is one of the reasons I address basically the old people who are the problems. Youngsters are not having any problem, they are busy. You have something to look forward to. I had to do this thing, I had to study, I should get good marks, I should progress, I should get a good job or some business, and I must have a nice house, everything. They have got something to look forward. Oldies like me, what is look forward? Swamiji, what happens after death? Tomorrow, people around you will be happy. Spread happiness. See, when we are alive, has anything happened? What will happen after death? See, friends. So, Vidurji was a wise man and he spoke to Dhritarashtra so many things, what is called as Vidurniti. And after having heard so many things, then Dhritarashtra asked that you told me so many things, you are wiser than the wisest, I came to know. Is there something which you know and still I do not know? If he did that, please tell me. Then Vidurji said, yes, there is one thing. What is that? There is no death. See, if you are able to recognize this, you have learned all your Vedanta. Whichever way you take, death is a big bluff. Nobody has ever died. Then what are the signs that we are alive? The signs are when you have physical body problems, pain here, pain there, pain everywhere, see, then understand you are still alive. A dead body doesn't have pain. See? And when a body dies, that time also nothing happens. See? Because what is the death of the body? See, friends, all the problems are because of incomplete thinking. Think properly. Problems are never solved. They are to be dissolved. Because they don't exist. See? So, when the body falls, it is no more alive according to us. Therefore, it is dead? No. Dead body also doesn't die. This is too much. Think properly. That's it. I have got only one approach to all the problems of life. Think properly. That's it. I have borrowed a few 100,000 rupees from bank for running my airlines, Kingfisher. And then I have cheated the whole country, the whole world. And then I ran away. Why? Because now the bank was asking my money, their money back. When I have borrowed money from somebody, and if I have to pay it back, it is painful, is it not? While taking, we are happy. But while giving back, if this is understood, exactly the same way. What is body? We borrowed earth, we borrowed water, we borrowed fire, we borrowed air, and made a doll out of it and kept it in the space. So what is the body? Body is a borrowed material. And when the body dies, it is returned back. Is it a death? See, friends, Think properly. Therefore, when we are having health issues in the body, we should be happy. Hey, abhi jinda hai, still we are alive. This is regarding the gross body. Now, the second mistake we all do, that we are a soul. We are the jiva. After death, one goes to hell and heaven. Another big bluff. See, like the gross body is alive, symptoms, it can fall ill. In the same manner, subtle body or the mind, it is alive when it has the disease. Now, what is the disease of the subtle body? Disease of the subtle body is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, desire, anger, greed, frustration, jealousy. These are the diseases of the subtle body. Now, this mind, in simple words, when we talk about the mind, what is the mind? Like the gross body is made out of the 5 gross elements, in the same manner, the subtle body is made out of the subtle elements. See? And what is that subtle element? Is pure consciousness. Gross body from the gross elements. Subtle body from the subtle element. Then, if the mind is free from diseases, meaning no desire, no anger, no greed, no nothing, then mind will die. Like when the gross body dies, it doesn't die. It's returning the loans taken back with interest. Interest was miseries. In the same manner, when the diseases of the subtle body or the mind, namely the desire, anger, greed, frustration, when these desires die, these are the diseases. When they die, then what happens? Be attentive. Desire free mind is consciousness. Who died? Think, my friends. Therefore, if you are really walking the spiritual path, neither you will talk about your death, nor you will wish for somebody else's death. Because death is the biggest bluff. See, friends, the more we reflect on this, then we are qualified to study Sanat-Sujatiya. Therefore, Dhritarashtra asked Vidurji, you know so many things. Is there something which is not known to me and you know? He said, yes, there is. What is that? He says, there is no death. How it is possible there is no death? Everybody talks about, scriptures tell, when you do good karma, you go to heaven, you go do bad karma, you go to hell after death. Everybody talks about, in the last life, this life, next life. And you say, there is no death. He said, I cannot tell you. I learned this thing from my guru, Sanat Kumarji. He can only tell you. Why don't you tell? I am not qualified. One of the most important principles we all have to know. For studying the scriptures, everybody is qualified. But for giving the sermons on the scriptures, everybody is not qualified. See? That is why what happens, those who are taking spiritual texts like Upanishad or Vedanta, etc., as an academic approach, Scriptures are not studied for academic interest. Most important thing. And when we get lost academically while studying the scriptures, we want to talk, we want to give lectures. Why? Whenever the food is not digested, it comes out in the form of vomition, is it not? Exactly the same way. When the scriptural knowledge is not digested, it comes out as a lecture for which there are different courses. First level of meditation, second level of meditation. It is not academic. It has to be a subjective experience. And therefore, Vidurji said, I am not qualified to teach. Then, whatever my Guru told me, I will request him. He should tell, not me. And then he invokes his prayer, his Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj comes and tells Dhritarashtra. This is how the first chapter talks about all the questions which are raised by Dhritarashtra, they are our questions. But it is said in the scriptures that if you do the merit, you go to the heaven. If you do something wrong, you go to the hell. And then after you die. And you say there is no death. How this is possible? So he was told, look here, think cool. Don't come to a conclusion suddenly. When we are told that we are suffering or enjoying in this life because of our past karma, is it not? In Sankhya, in Yoga, in Dharma Shastra, in Jainism, in Buddhism, all the paths talk about last life, this life, next life. Now, if you think coolly, your understanding will be different. Recently, I was in a yoga conclave, and there one very great teacher from Ladakh, he was there, became a good friend. So he was telling about the karma. If you remove the karma, you have nothing to talk. What is karma? Cause and effect. And what is cause and effect? An illusion. Cause and effect is not reality. See, there was a digital child and he was scolded by his father. I gave you birth. I am your father. This is the way you behave with me? So the downloaded digital child said to his creator, who told you gave me birth? I gave you birth. When I was not born, who called you father? Now the question is, the father is because of the son or the son is because of the father? Conclusion, mutually dependent variables are supported by something which is independent of mutual dependence. So where is the father and the son? Father and the son is in the mind. Whether you become father or you become son, when your body identification mind is available. In the deep sleep, tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati. So where are they? Therefore, this cause and effect creates an illusion of birth and death. So when it is said, in the last life, we have done something wrong, tortured our wife. Therefore, in this life, she is now taking the revenge. Then what to do? Behave properly with her. Otherwise, next life she will be again your wife. No, 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 no. Then I don't want that. Then behave properly. Now what we have to understand? We have to understand, last life this body was not there, but we were there. In this body we are there. In the next life, this body will not be there, but we will be there. Who died? Whichever you think properly, after studying, after going to the temples, after doing so much puja, everything we do sincerely, and all the time talk about death, death, death. If you have really studied Vedanta Shastra and digested without belching, if you are digested, even a passing thought of your death or anybody's death will come in your mind. मरने भी नहीं देते. They don't allow us even to die. You cannot, man. You are divine. See? And then Dhritarashtra keeps on arguing like we do. But do you think whatever is told in our scriptures is a bluff? See? It is said in the last life he was so and so, like in Bhagavad Mahapuran. The story comes. The story of Jadbharat. There was a big king and he got fed up. Anywhere you do live in this world, you get fed up. So he handed over the kingdom to his son. Like the old father handed over the business to the son. And then he went to the forest. What? To do meditation and tapasya. And there also, where he was engaged in that tapasya and meditation, what happened? There was a pregnant deer and she was grazing near the small stream of waters, and suddenly a tiger or a lion roared, and she got so afraid that she jumped across that flow of water. It was not very wide, a small one, stream kind. In that, she delivered the baby out of fear. She went. Now that baby delivered fell in the water. Now this fellow was seeing that. And oh God, he ran and protected. And thereafter taking care. Beta, baby, baby. You must have seen those who are the dog lovers, they don't call dog as dog. They don't call the dog as kutta, because that word is reserved for the human beings. And they call out of love. My doggy is so sweet. Like my baby is so sweet. My doggy is. So he also started playing with that small baby deer. Now, a time comes in life that when it is mature enough, will definitely go of his own kind. And when he goes, he is frustrated. Oh, my doggy never knew, my baby never knew how to pluck the grass. I used to take out and give him in a plate. Now who will look after him? Is it not your story? My children, now he never knew even how to wash his hands. Now he is going to there. Who will wash his hands? All the time, And thereafter, he died. Not the baby, because baby has gone, become grown up. Then next life, he was born as a deer. Then that also he left. Then he was born as a Jadbharat. So the story is, see, birth and death is reality. But what you have understood is important. See, he was the same one. He only became the tapasvi. He only got involved with the deer baby. Then he only was born as a deer. Then he left it. Again he was born as a Jadvaras. So where did he die? If you can catch this point in your life, you will be relaxed. For example, I tell you, before coming to this holy place, Integral Yoga, one of the best places in the world I like. Before coming over here, I was in Mumbai. Before coming to Mumbai, I was in Lonavala. Before that, I was in Pune. Before that, I was in Delhi. Before that, I was in Mumbai. Before that, I was in Auckland. Before that, I was in Brisbane. I left Brisbane, where did I die? I left Auckland, where did I die? Who died? Neither I died, nor the various places which I left, they died. Nobody died. See, friends, why this we are not able to understand? Only because we study scriptures objectively. When you are looking at the phone, you are looking at the phone, then you want to take the selfish. So when you want to take the selfish, then you look at the phone or in the phone? We look in the phone. And in that phone, what do we see? We see ourselves. Exactly the same way, scriptures are not studied objectively. Not recognizing this, constantly frustrated, dead. This was the problem of Dhritarashtra. But whatever is told in our scripture, do you think it is bluff? To such argumentative people, what can you talk? Why we are not able to catch this point? Because scriptures are not studied as medicine, as chemistry, as computer science. Computer science is little closer to Vedanta. I have learned a lot from that. See, once I was somewhere in Sydney, and a person who came to drop me to the airport, in his car I was going. So I said, "Hey Mahatma Ji, I do not know you. Please tell me something about you. Because I had never seen you coming for any satsang." He said, "No, I was very busy. Therefore, I opted to drop you to the airport. A long drive." Then I said, "Oh, yes, then may I know what is your profession?" He said, "I am a professor of computer science in this university." I said, "Very good. Now my problem is solved." Then I asked him, when some data is deleted, where does it go? Think. When I remove the leftover on the dining table to be thrown away, I remove that and it is collected and then thrown. Exactly when we delete the data from our laptop or phone, where does it go? And also, after deleting, it can be retrieved. So it has gone nowhere. And yet it has gone. See? He asked me, "Swamiji, have you studied computer science?" I said, "No, I don't know anything." Then one day I discovered this truth. What is that? We are all like pixels. P-I-G. Correct spelling. P-I-G. Pixels. Now what is the pixel? It is an electromagnetic entity, is it not? Electromagnetic entity does not have independent existence. And because it doesn't have independent existence, therefore it cannot be destroyed. Then what it is? It is appearance. Appearance can never be destroyed. Like we stand in front of the mirror, and if somebody takes away the mirror, will our reflection go along with the mirror? Then question comes, what happened to that reflection? Where it has gone? It can go somewhere if it exists. But then it is said in our scriptures that after you die, if you have done bad karma, you go to hell. If you have done good karma, you go to heaven. Then you go there. If we, my friends, if we are not able to learn from our every single experience of our life, even God cannot teach us. Don't sympathize with me, I have not forgotten. When I am not talking, you are not a listener. But as a listener, you may not be there. But as the foundation substratum, who is becoming the listener, that remains as it is. Meaning, when words are there, a hearer or hearer is a better word, listener is the wrong word. A hearer is born, and when there are no words, there is no hearer. Who died then? Therefore, foundation of spiritual life is Aupadhik Visheshta. Qualified existence is an illusion. Unqualified existence is the truth. So all of us are all the time talking about qualified existence. I am man, I am woman. No, not only that. I am husband, I am father, I am brother. So when I say I am a husband, how can I be a husband? I can see a mirror only in the presence of me. And then the mirror is not looking at me. I am looking at the mirror. Therefore, when I go away, mirror is no suffering. Think again and again. And when the mirror is taken away, what happens to the reflection? Nothing. And what happens to me, whose reflection it was? Nothing. So what? Nothing has happened. Exactly. When I was born Ekameva Advitiya, I got married. Then I was reborn as a husband. Then by God's grace, she has gone. What happened to the husband? Where the husband has gone? File an FRI. Government should find out. After my wife died, where I, the husband, has gone. So they will say, go to a mental hospital, you will find yourself there. So who is a husband? Husband is a qualified man. And qualification was, he had a wife. See friends, Any man getting married to any woman is called as husband. Husband is not a reality. But the one who is miserable is this husband. In the same manner, the one who talks about death is the one who doesn't exist. And therefore, this aham is called as the eternal. I, as the divine Satchidananda, is never dying nor born. Similarly, I, as a husband, never born, never dies. But who is miserable? This dumb husband is miserable. One husband was talking to me. He says, Swamiji, please tell my wife. She was also there. She just insults me. I am elder than her. At least she should respect my age. I said, I take her side, not yours. Why? She gives me food, you don't give me food. You only give me complaints. Then I said, look here. All problems are dissolved by proper thinking. Think properly. Problems are never solved, they are dissolved. Think properly. So what did to think about it? I said, okay, let us think. Did you get married one after another or together? Husband and wife, they are born the moment they put the maddening ring. That wedding ring is called a maddening ring. Because in the Bombay language, Veda means mad. Wedding ring. Unless you are mad, you will not get married. We are majority. We will kill you. You can't kill me. See? Then I told that man, I said, look here, you got married together? Yes. Then, how many years you are married? How many? 15 years. I said, you will keep on suffering for another 4 years. After that, it will stop. He said, how can you say like this? Now you are 15 years married, so you are teenagers. Teenagers fight. Then, after 4 years, 19. Teenage will be over. And then you will come to a conclusion. What? It is easier to deal with the known enemy than to deal with the unknown friend. And life will be happy. So when the wife dies, who died? The husband died or the man died? Neither the man dies nor the husband dies. Man doesn't die, he is still there, and the husband doesn't die, he never existed. Unless we think properly, all our spiritual practice is only Ganti Bajao, nothing else. Therefore, when Dhritarashtraji was arguing all the time, but what is said in our scriptures, do you think it is a bluff? They say, by good karma you go to heaven, by bad karma we go to the puja poti only for this thing. We do the yoga, meditation, pranayam. For what? For healthy life and long life. What will you do with the healthy and long life? Those who are healthy and old, they are a problem for everybody. See? Take throughout the world, all the problems are created by the politicians. And all politicians are old and healthy. Friends, learn. Life cannot be to be lived long. But this is what normally is. If you do this thing, you will remain healthy and long. For what? What is the purpose? Therefore, we have to learn death is a big bluff. And therefore, in the first chapter itself, the question comes then, what is the truth? The truth is very simple. Being without becoming. What is the truth behind the husband? Man. Then man is, he became husband. So what becomes also goes, doesn't remain. But a man remains. In the same manner, the divinity remains as it is. Nothing comes and nothing goes. You know what is the reason we are unable to comprehend it? Is only one error. That one error is, we imagine we are inside the body and the world is outside the body. This illusion of in and out must be dropped. And this is what we do exactly. When we go to sleep, what is that? Sleep is an experience where in and out illusion doesn't exist. In deep sleep, we are inside the house or outside the house. We are inside the body or outside the body. See? It is for this purpose. If we don't understand our prayers, we only become tape recorders. न कर्मणा न प्रजया धने न त्यागे नैके अमृतत्वमानशो वर्णनां. Only words. Like in the 11th chapter, Arjuna is looking at Vishwarup, Narayana. And then he starts his prayers. First of all, he glorifies so many things, and then he says, Nama Purastat, Nama Paschat, and so on. So in Ganapati Atharva Shirsha, the same thing comes. So when I was reading that, my mind works funny, unlike you all wise people. See, when I was reading that mantra, Nama Purastat, Nama Paschat, so I started, that is what I am telling, be subjective when you study scriptures, not objective. So I started imagining, suppose this camera on the stand is Vishwarup Narayana. Okay. Nama Purastat, salutation to you from the front. Nama Paschat, wait a minute. Salutations to you from the back. Salutations to you from the right. Salutation to you from the left. From above. From below. Is this the meaning? Think. Therefore I told you, every mantra brings us back to our divine nature. Every mantra. If we are subjective in our application of the knowledge, then I was thinking, what could be the meaning of this mantra? It can't be just like that. Then, as if God's grace, then I realized what? I am offering prayers to the space. Oh space, Nama Purastat, there is a space. Nama Paschat, there is space behind. Nama Dakshinartat, space on the right, space on the left, space above, space below. Therefore, this prayer means I am in the divine, and therefore divinity can never die. From this hall's point of view, we are inside the hall, car is outside the hall. From the space's point of view, hall is in the space. Whether this hall is expanded or is broken, nothing happens to space. exactly the same way. I am that truth who is supporting the childhood has come and gone, nothing happened to me. The teenage has come and gone, nothing happened to me. The middle age has come and gone, nothing happened to me. This old body will also go, nothing happens to me. If we cannot learn from our own experiences of life, even God will fail to teach us. Now, why we are unable to recognize this? Because of one biggest mistake. We take ourselves to be body. The real spiritual practice begins when you start playing. Don't become serious. When you start playing, what you have to play? What it is like being other than the body. Play. I am not telling you do japa, ram, ram, ram. No, no, no. Just play. Don't do meditation. Just play. Meditation, meditation. Dhyatru dhyane parityajya dheyam eva avashishyate. When the meditator and meditation are dropped, what remains is Paramatma. My friends, it's very simple. When the dream is going on, that time we don't require this body. In the dream, we go to Switzerland, move there, a long distance, we lived there, and then everything happened. First, we were children, then we did a job there, we got married, and then the dream broke. That time, this body was not required. In the deep sleep, both subtle and gross body both are not required. But we continue to exist. Therefore, if we really mean spiritual life, try these two steps. First step is freedom from body identification. That by which this happens is spiritual life. If this is not happening, we are cheating ourselves the most. Then what to do? Our Mahamantra, Happy Mantra Mala. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. That's it. Don't carry the burden all the time. See? If you are in front of your father, behave like a son. Meaning what? Listen to him, but do what is you feel is right. Old people don't understand. They are obsessed. You can't do anything. It's a manufacturer's defect. So don't argue. Okay, daddy, okay, daddy. Okay. And then do what is right at that time. The day you start this principle, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. This is the whole Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita didn't give knowledge. Many people have got an obsession. Knowledge. No. Moksha is what? Mo means moha. Ksha means kshaya. Freedom from wrong notions is moksha. We are all leading notional life. Discard the wrong notions. So what is the wrong notion? I am all the time a husband. No, you are a husband only in front of the wife. Then be 100%. How to be 100%? When she is talking, you should keep quiet. And when she is quiet, you should not talk. You have learned everything. Because then you are only playing the role of a husband. What was the problem of Arjuna was this only. Instead of playing the role of a warrior, he became somebody's grandson, somebody's disciple, somebody's brother. And who was confused? These three fellows. His problem was not the war. That was his specialization. See? Like a doctor, his specialization is operation. One of my friend in Australia, he has become old now and also started dementia and all that. So he did my operation, the hernia operation. So he told Swamiji, I have done so many operations. I can put the finger and remove the, what do you call that small thing? Appendicitis, appendix. Appendix means unwanted attachment, isn't it? So it is removed. But when the question of operating on his own son came, the doctor disappeared and the son was born. Where is the problem? Problem is identity crisis. Who are you at a given period of time? Are we husband 24/7? All the time frustrated. Kya ho gaya? My wife is not good. Then suffer. See, friends, play your role. But while playing the role, don't get entangled in the role. The best example I can think of, real spiritual life is, in earlier days, maybe around 1930s or so, the giants were acting as girls on the stage because girls were not coming on the stage. That time we were uncivilized. Now we are civilized. Now girls do not remain inside the house because they are civilized. So that man who used to act as a woman on the stage, that time also he knew he is a man, is it not? Then he was acting as a woman. Exactly the same way. We all have to act. So what was the message given by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjuna? Hey, don't argue. Only these are the facts. And be very attentive. Wise men never make decisions for the otherwise men. But what we do, we make decisions for others. Recently, one mother asked me, Swamiji, please tell my son to do something. I said, hey, get married. What can I tell? Swamiji, he wants to get married, but he doesn't have a job. Then what should I do? I said, okay, then I'll get married. I got a job. Friends, don't get involved in anybody's life beyond limits. Like in a train or in a flight, we get some co-passenger. By the way, we do not know where it has come. Okay? And yes, you take the phone number, etc. And afterward delete it over. Don't carry burden on your head. If you take this thing, then you have understood Gita. So what Bhagavan said, hey, whatever has to be told, I told. He didn't say I gave you knowledge. He didn't say I gave you devotion. He didn't say I gave you yoga. No. Vimrishya etat asheshena. Now you decide, you think, and yathechasi tatha kuru. Decision will be yours, not mine. Ignorant people make decisions for others. God should not have created this world like this. Simple it is, my friends. And then what Arjuna said, the same thing. that nashto moha smriti labdha. Now my delusion gone. What is my delusion? That I am a grandson, a disciple, a brother, or a warrior. Same thing apply. Who am I? Am I the relations? Am I the mule carrying the burden of the material world? Am I mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife? Am I a body or am I divine? You have to decide. Nobody can teach anybody in this world. I am distinctly clear. My approach to Guru is different. We say out of formality, is it not? Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru, we say. But look within yourself. If Bhagwan Krishna was Jagat Guru, he failed to teach Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, Dushasan. He failed. How can he be Jagat Guru? The traffic rules in India are applied on every driver behind the steering while driving the car, not on the passengers. In the same manner, if Bhagwan Krishna is Jagat Guru, everybody should learn from him. But do we learn? No. Why? Nobody can teach anything to anybody in life. Then, those who are bent upon learning, even God cannot stop them. That is why Sadguru is not a person. Somebody may write one's name as Sadguru. By that doesn't mean he becomes a Sadguru. Sat is only one. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. We may say, oh, I went to the temple and the temple space was so divine. But when I went to the toilet space was not divine. He has not understood the space at all. Space is neither devil nor divine. Therefore, one word I use, if you remember, non-specific existence. Being without becoming is the truth. But instead of recognizing this, we become somebody or the other. And the first error is therefore body identification. The body is not created by us, doesn't listen to us. Nobody taught us that you are body, and yet we hold on to that. Therefore, play, don't do meditation. See, I was in the yoga conclave. It was at the national, international level, everywhere. And in the meditation class, I very clearly told, I am anti-meditation. Let us learn how to unmeditate and how to unbecome. Then the topic was, meditation is a verb or a noun. If it is a verb, it becomes action. Every action begins in time, remains for some time, ends after some time. So when we do meditation as an action, meditation for half an hour, rest of the day frustration. We have to live in meditation 24/7. Spiritual life is not a part-time profession, my friends. Yoga rato va, bhoga rato va, sangha rato va, sangha vihinaha, yasya brahmani ramate chittam. So what is the living in meditation is play your role perfectly well, but don't get entangled in any role that you play. Karnataka. Therefore, so many bodies we have changed. Baby body we changed, then a little grown-up body we dropped, then the teenage we dropped, then middle age we dropped. So we are expert in changing the bodies. So the old body also drop. Who cares? Holding on to the body, holding on to the body. And then the relations. Those who hold on to the relations and die, they are born again in the same family. And at birth is also a bluff. देखो भैया, spiritual life is this. So this was the foundation on which the first chapter was developed. Then death is not real. Then how to lead the life, how the wise people lead the life. This was the concluding part of the first chapter. Now that part we will take in tomorrow's class a little bit and then enter the second chapter of this Sanat-Sujatiya. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri